Hey everybody, welcome to my first episode of Settlements 101 for Fallout 4. This is pretty exciting. I'm actually here at the Starlight Drive-In, which is kind of at the north. I'll show you on the map right now. It's right here, which you can see is not too far away from the Red Rocket and Sanctuary in your vault. It's literally a straight line towards the southeast through Concord. And it's actually pretty cool. It's a very big lot. And we'll go ahead and get up out of this chair so you can see it. Here we are. Oop, there we go. So it's a large lot that you can actually work in. You can actually build around back here, and it kind of makes that, what do you call that? Rectangle. There you go. I'm bad with my shapes, I guess. So we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to build the settlement, a basic one at first, and I'm going to kind of talk as I do it. And I've written down some things, some basic instructions on how to basically start your settlement. Now, I've got a special thing here, so I can just... There we go. I should be okay. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm okay. There we go. So, what we're looking at here is a basic settlement setup. What we need is we need farmland, we need water, and we need a place to set up buildings for beds, right? That seems simple enough here. It's like, okay, you got water there, you've got plenty of dirt, right? You know? But when you look around, you're like, oh, wait, hold on a second. Like, okay, that's dirt, but that's asphalt or concrete, right? And then a little bit of dirt and some more concrete, which makes it really annoying for farming. So what do? Well, you can do it on the sides, but that's kind of close to the perimeter. As you'll see right here, you can see the green perimeter, how close that is. And I'm not particularly a fan of that. I've already gone through and kind of picked out where would I want to put my farm, because that's what you need to do first, is figure out your resources, right? So we're going to build a settlement for about 10 settlers. That's our plan. So we're going to go in here first, not water, for food. And I already know what I want to do. I want to do corn. So we'll do some corn, and we're going to plant our corn kind of over here next to the big building. Right, now you can see that this corn has 0.5 food per corn stalk. So right there, that's 2. That's 3. That's 4. 5. Come on, can I get it in the right place here? And that's 6. Okay, so let's see. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and you can see that our food counter up in the top left doesn't work because we don't have anybody here to assign to actually farming this. That's kind of at an awkward angle, but that's fine, I guess. It'll work. We don't have to really worry about that too much. It's something I'll probably do like post episode. I'll come and like straighten this out, because that bothers me way more than it should. And then the other thing we're going to plant is we're going to plant some potatoes, which is like a combination of a tomato and a potato plant that evolved over time. We're going to plant this over here, and the reason we're not putting the two together is just for the sake of organization, so that we know what we've got where. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put down the same amount of plants. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, there we go. We've got 12 potato plants, 12 corn, and that should be enough. So that'll total up to actually 12 food. So that'll be 2 more than is needed. And now the reason for that number, the 6 and the 6, is because one settler can cultivate up to 6 crops, or 6 food crop. And since each of these are 0.5, that's 12 corn stalks, 12 potatoes, 12 gourds or melons or whatever. But if you have like mute fruit, which is I think one of the best ones, and that's something we would plant later on, is it actually uses 1. So you can if you plant 6 mute fruit, that's 1 settler's worth of farming right there. So we split up the 2, so you can easily see who's farming what, no problem. Our next thing is going to be water. We need to do water, and as you can see, we've got 3 different water ones, right? We have an industrial water purifier, a regular water purifier, and then a water pump. Okay, now you can see this produces 3, 10, and 40. Obviously, just with 140, right, you can put this here. You put it in the water, but you can't place it on land. Same thing with this one, which is really nice, but it requires electricity. This, however, just requires dirt. That's it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go put this next to the next to our corn. Somewhere next to our corn, maybe? We'll put it on this side, huh? Yeah, there we go. Go ahead and put that there. So now we actually have 3 water, but that's not going to be enough for us. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make some more, put some more pumps in. Let's go over here and sprint it. Go ahead and we'll put one here. Okay. We'll put one here. And then I don't want to put one where I'm potentially going to put a wall. So let's see, you got to be careful. Because I've got an idea of where I want that to be, and I'm going to put that there. So that's 12 water, right? So really the max we're going to be able to have is 12 settlers, but we're going to aim for 10 for now. So 12 food when there's 2 settlers here to work them. That's 12 water already because we put 4 pumps down for 3 water each. The next thing we need to do, well, not really that you need to do, but it's good to do because this will be nice later. As you see, you have a miscellaneous tab in the resources, and you've got things like a scavenging station right here, right? You can do a Brahmin feeding trough, a bell, which is cool. You ring it, all your settlers gather around. You can have a siren so that when something's triggered, it alerts all of your settlers. So that's more advanced. You can do things like tripwires, pressure plates, and we'll get into that in a way later episode. But one of the important things is a fast travel target. It's a welcome mat, literally a welcome mat. It's this welcome on there. You can kind of see it, sort of, right? Now this welcome mat will actually, so like right now, if I were to fast travel here, I'd appear like over there. But say I wanna appear over here. Okay, so I want to appear next to my corn, but I want to be looking this direction. I place it like there, right? So now whenever I fast travel, I will appear here, looking in this direction. Easy. But what you really want is you want this Brahmin trough. Now when you access it, it's going to be facing in one direction, right? Like this. So just remember that the high side of the Brahmin trough is the side that the Brahmin, because you will get one once you have enough settlers, is the side that it's going to approach and try to, eat from. So we'll put one there. And that'll actually keep the Brahmin out of the way of everything so that you've got room for your settlers to actually work around and walk and all that. And it'll just kind of stay in this general area over here. Super, super, super good and super like what you need. Now let's see here. What else do we need? Oh, that's right. So we're going to need beds, but for beds we need buildings, right? Now starting off, you should probably just do a prefab. Now these prefabs are pretty cool. This is a wall and a roof, right? It's a floor and a roof. You can do a hallway end, which I don't know why you would want that one, but you can do like a corner, right? Which is kind of nice. You can see out of it. You can do a wall and a roof, which is an interesting look. You can do this corner, right? Or you can do like a small shack. Now, all these things are things you can actually build yourself, okay? You don't have to do the prefab, but it helps in the long run. And then you've got the large shack, which is a couple stories and all that. But you can see it doesn't really settle on the ground very well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here. Now we can just do floors, right? But these are foundations. So you've got this kind of foundation, which has like stilts. It's good for water. Then you have this kind, the concrete foundations, which might be better off for what you want in the beginning here. And I kind of want to keep things sort of centralized-ish, a little bit maybe. So we're gonna build a house down here. You can see it just snaps really easily, and it's gonna be relatively small. Maybe we'll do it like this, just like that, and that should be good, right? Yeah, and then we can. Well, what you want to do is once you've built it, right? You can just make it so that you can put beds like in one big dormitory building, but if you wanted to have that nice kind of actual livable feel to it, you're going to want to build your houses sort of like this. You want to build them sort of small, but you want to build them and then you want to build up a bit, and you can actually connect things like that. So like this is one house, I would build another over there and another probably over there, maybe one in the middle, or maybe not one in the middle, I don't know. But you know, for what I would want, I'm going to eventually have to build a wall, and I want to have a water purification in there. I want to get rid of all those things, so it gets complicated. But for now, we're just going to build this up. We're going to make a tiny house. We're going to need some walls. Now we can do some like metal shack walls, right? So do we want to do metal shack walls? Or we need a doorway, right? So that's a thing. So let's just go ahead and put the doorway in first. Why not? We've got this kind of wall, which is kind of interesting. It's got like a little overhang on it, which looks nice. You can put that there, right? And then we can do that. Yeah, can we do it this way now? No, we can't. So I'm just gonna go ahead and scrap that. You can do corners like this, which are really helpful. Just because the way the game snaps things, it can get really, really annoying. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put another shack wall here, like so. Okay, and then on the back side, let's go ahead and put what do we want to put here? We can put one of these. We could put one of these. Not a bad idea, actually. So let's do this. What you can see is that there's no roof here, right? But this right here, you can kind of walk back here. You can kind of go out this way. There's actually a piece we'll put here later to cut that off. But this allows us to kind of give us that little bit of extra room we want. And you can put, there's different kinds, right? So it looks a little more dynamic and not so generic. And we'll put one of these here, maybe. Do I want the wooden? We'll put this wooden one here, and then we will close it off. So we'll go to our walls, or will we? Or will we? We're gonna do. We'll do one of these, maybe. No, no, we can only do walls, so that's okay. So we'll just do walls for now. Now see this right here, the wall end. The wall ends are for these. And there's two kinds of wall ends. This one, which is a little angled. This one, which is also angled, but is like partially metal-ish, sort of. So we'll put that there. And you can see that looks good against there. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. We'll turn it so it's the right angle. Boom. Placed. Now we need to finish off these walls here. And we can do wood. We can do like this kind. We can do these right here. You have some windows. Right, that looks kind of, looks alright. We'll keep it, and we'll do this one here too, because it's got the overhang that we want. And then after that, it's all about ceilings. Now, we can put this here, but as you can see, there's that, over in that little corner, the right-hand corner, there's a piece missing. We don't want the corners missing for this one. And I'm just going to lift it up and turn it. You can kind of see this one's at a small angle, and then you have like a flat roof. Then you have a really like tall one, and you've got this kind, and more of those with the holes cut out, which are actually pretty good for things like if you want to run cables through the top. Those are good, but most ceilings can actually let you just run cables through the top of them anyways, so you know that's a little secret. So we'll do one of these maybe, kind of put it there, right? Put one next to it. That looks good. Okay. And then we'll just put this here. And it's not snapping. There we go, it's snapped. So now we've got our first building, right? Pretty nice. You don't even have to put a door, honestly. Our settlers would be happy with this. So what you would do is you go in here, not here, here, furniture, beds, and you've got all kinds, and it requires different materials for different ones. Cloth, steel, that stuff. So this is kind of a cool bed, right? But it kind of reminds me of like psychiatric old hospitals. I prefer these ones. These are more like prison bunks, but they look nice as opposed to like this where it's just a mattress. And then this one, which is like a mattress that has been used way too many times in that shack up on the mountainside that everybody goes to with their girlfriends. Yeah, we don't want that one. So when you come in here, we're just going to place a couple of beds. Not many, maybe like 2 or 3. We don't want to turn this into like a group home. Maybe like a small family. One there, and then we'll put one over here. Yeah. Okay, now we've got 3 beds. That will allow 3 people to be here. 2 people will be working on the farm. The 3rd person will be doing nothing. But they won't be doing nothing. That's the secret, is that the 3rd person will actually be scavenging the whole time, which is kind of cool. So here's our little house. You can just jump. It's covered. It's got the roof. You can see inside. If there's a fight going on, you can actually be inside with some cover. You can shoot out from it if that's what you're into. You can put a door, and the doors are a little bit limited, unfortunately. You got this one, right? These here, and then you've got doors with like holes in the top, which are a little strange. I don't get why they're there. It's not like there's glass, but then you've got like the full-on ones. I prefer the red ones. You can try and put it this way, but it doesn't work. Hinges have to be on the left. Just place it in. When you're out of the mode, you can open it, close it, etc. Just like that, which is pretty nice. So we've got our beds, we've got our first house, which is pretty easy. And now that we've got beds, the secret to settler happiness is jobs and decorations. So entertainment and distraction, bread and circuses as it is. So you can find your decorations here. And I've gotten all of the copies of the picket fences magazines, which gives you extra things like actual picket fences, patio furniture, plant life, things like that. So we're going to go inside the house, and we're actually going to do a little bit of decorating. Not much, just a little bit, and then we're going to get back to more building. We just want to, make it a little bit more lively or whatever. So we'll put like a little rug mat right there because, it looks nice. Maybe some of this right here, one of those rugs and little wall decorations. I have flags. Now, spoiler, or not a spoiler, but you can get flags for different factions that you kind of side with, right? So this is an Institute flag. You can decide to, obviously, side with the Institute. Spoiler, big spoiler alert there. But here's a Minuteman one, a US flag. It doesn't really work with these walls, unfortunately. You can see it kind of... wait, hold on. We almost got it? We'll just place it. It's a little off center, but that's okay. We'll just place it. It looks okay. You can do things like mounted heads, which require their skulls and wood and cloth and other things like that. There's only 4 I think you can get. Paintings, which are pretty cool. You put these up. They look nice. You can... Where are they? You can put up a kitten. You can put up like multiple kittens. Or the kitten playing with a rocket ship, which is one of my favorites, right? So, but there's no good place to put up these pictures, really. Like, look at this. This is terrible. Okay. All right. Well, should have thought of that earlier, I guess, but that's okay. Oh, this is a good spot. We'll put this one right here, right? You got things like signs and other miscellaneous ones. You can put this, or you can put an Edutronic, which, if you remember, is something that you have in the vault. So, like, you can put it... Let me see. Where's a good wall? I'll put it right here. You come up to it. You would hit a button, right? You pay, and you hit the thing. You grab it. You eat. It's super simple, super easy. It actually is a decoration, believe it or not. So we're just gonna leave it there. We're gonna go out. We're gonna go to miscellaneous. I want to put a plant in here, which are in here. Oh, and you can see you got ice coolers, which are accessible. You can put things in them. Milk vending machines, I haven't done anything with them. Nuka-Cola machines, you actually have to physically pick up and put the Nuka-Cola in them, but it can be done. Grills, doghouse. Doghouse is one of my favorite things. We're actually going to put the doghouse over here because dog meat needs a place to live.
Go check that out.
Yeah, that's a good boy. So, if you have a doghouse in a settlement and you send dog meat to it, he'll hang out at his doghouse and around it. So that's a good way to kind of always find your dog if you're looking. So we've got a house, we've got a few decorations here or there, which is going to help. Now we need defenses, right? And I mean, honestly, this is kind of spread out, isn't it? So we'll end up building, like, I don't know, maybe another building here, another building here. So in my mind's eye, I'm thinking, okay, I need defenses over here in this direction, and maybe like 1 or 2 over there. But how do I want to build those? Do I want guard towers? Do I want turrets? Well, the answer would seem to be turrets, right? Well, turrets have to be repaired. Guard posts don't, but turrets give more defense, and they all require gear, circuitry, steel, and oil. And it gets even more intense with the requirements. As you can see, aluminum, circuitry, screws, fiber optics, nuclear material, just all kinds of stuff. But there's some good things here. Like a missile turret, 15 defense, and these things will wreck people as they try to approach. Heavy laser turrets wreck people. Spotlights, they don't know a whole lot except for spot things, and you can actually see that what the light kind of looks like there, what it looks like, and it'll hone in on the person, and the other turrets will hone in on it as well. So you got a shotgun turret, and that is, as you would think, good for tight quarters. So like placing this inside of like a choke point, very good. And then you got your basic laser turret, not very much range, but still okay. And a heavy machine gun turret, which is probably what you're going to end up wanting to use. It's a little more costly than a regular machine gun turret, but it's got more health and it produces way more defense. But for now, we're going to put up a couple guard posts, and it's okay to have, more guard posts than you have guards, because your guards will move from post to post. So we'll put one like here, right? Right here, and we'll come over here. Let's see, where do we want it? Like right here, maybe? No, further back. Maybe about here. So this is going to end up kind of giving me an idea for the walls, what I need to do. We'll run over here and move this one forward a little bit more. Maybe turn it a little bit, right? Turn it inward. There you go. And the workshop's over there, but fun fact, you don't need to access it at all. All you have to do is build something else. So when you're first starting out on a settlement, you want to make sure that you have more than just, say, like the single workbench, the red workbench that I'm talking about. You want things like the armor workbench, or your chemistry stations, or your cooking stations, or even a power armor station, because you can. So I'll just place one so you can see. So when it's here, you can just access it, transfer, and just kind of access everything. It doesn't matter what kind of station it is. It always works with your workbench. So that's something to kind of keep in mind, so that you don't always have to have it there. You can actually close off that section, which is what I'm going to inevitably do. Is I'm going to have a wall that closes all of this off. That workbench is going to be on the outside because it can't be damaged or anything like that, and we're just going to leave that alone over there. We'll have everything kind of inside. We'll use this. We'll probably build generators inside and then wall it off so that generators can't be damaged, because they can be, and the enemies will target them. They can take down like your water purification system just by blowing up a generator so that it can't have enough power to run. Like, how annoying is that? So we've got those down now, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and build a couple of turrets to work with them. That's not a turret. This is a turret. So we'll go ahead and we'll put them like right next to the go post. We'll put 2 here. Run. Put 1 here. 1 here. Now I'm thinking we're going to put the gate probably right here. And then, yeah, that's what we'll do. And these rotate on an axis like this. We'll go ahead and put, yeah, you guys hear my phone, my R2D2, okay, yeah, there you go. Let's go ahead and put this here. Boom. We're going to just turn this around like that. Okay, now it's pointing in the right direction. We could probably bring that over, but we're not going to bother. Okay, so right now what we've got is we've got defenses, we've got water, we've got food set up, we've got bed set up. We're pretty much good to go for the most part. What we should do, we should build a wall. We really should, because walls are great for keeping things out, but also for keeping all of your stuff in. It doesn't outwardly give you defense, but it is huge on defense. The reason for that is that things can't shoot, like if a super mutant like army marched up, they wouldn't be able to just shoot my water purification inside if I had a wall on the outside, right? They'd have to breach the wall first. Or they could probably lob grenades or something like that, but that's a whole other story, and we'll get into that at some other point in time. Because, fun fact, I build all of my generators and water purification systems inside a shelter of some kind to avoid that stuff. It happened too many times. But more to the point, we're going to build a wall, and it's going to be awesome, but it's going to take a while. So at this point, I'm probably going to like double or triple the speed, so that it'll be a while for me, but hopefully a very short time for you, and you get to see how that gets built. And then once that's done, we'll put the finishing touches on, and probably end the episode on a high note, I'm expecting. Okay, let's build these walls. Okay. Well, that was well, I wouldn't say easy because you saw ended up seeing what happened there. You can't build over skeletons for some reason. It's kind of awkward. You can if it's like a snap thing, like you can build foundations over them, which I found is kind of funny. It's almost like burying them in the cement, right? Um, but yeah, so now we've got walls, we've got our water, we've got pretty much a safe haven for the most part. I'm not going to say it is safe. I'm just going to say for the most part. And while I talk about this real quick, I'm going to move this over closer to the gate because that's where the concern's going to be. Now, you know, so my greatest concern right here is going to be, well, there's a large area inside. Would they be able to spawn inside? Well, I haven't seen that here. So, you know, there's that. But there's also the fact that it's a large area and you have very little like actual room to work with. You can see up at the top that after building that fence, I've got like no space left in which to build, or the size of the settlement is reaching maximum. Well, the way that you fix that is you just take a bunch of items from the junk area, excuse me, and just kind of you drop on the ground and then you scrap them using the settlement interface, which is what I'm in right now. And that'll actually trick the game into thinking that you've freed up space on the settlement to then add more things. So there's that. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to actually put a radio beacon so that we can get some people here. And before we do that, we're going to go around to the back side here. See, there's a room here. This is, if I were you guys, this is where I would build my, like, my homeroom. You know, like I would put a bed back here, maybe like, I don't know, a table with a radio and stuff like that. Because it's already lit up, it's nice. You can put an extra light on the wall back here, maybe a flag. But over here, we're going to actually create like a bunk room real quick. And you can, I've cleared everything, just so you know. It doesn't start off this clean. But you can get rid of everything except for this safe, which is an expert level safe. But once you've unlocked it, which is kind of nice. Well, I say that, but I've unlocked it before and I had to come back and pick the lock again. There was things inside again, so I don't know if it's safe to put your stuff in there or not, but so before we go up top, we're just going to really quickly build just a couple more beds, not that kind, this kind. These are small, they're easy, you know. They fit really nicely in these places. So there's one there. We're gonna put 2 over here, yeah. Just because we can, because we'll have enough food for these settlers. Oh yeah, that's right. We were gonna do 10, right? So that's 3. So this is 3 here. That's 6. So we're gonna need a few more. That's all right. Just put this one here and here, and it's a little bit raised, but that's okay. It'll still work. So here, so that's 9 beds, right? And then, for the sake of argument, we'll just put one of these larger ones in here for us, right? Put it right there, and we'll say that's our bed, but that's 10. That's for our 10 people, right? And we've only got 9 of these water pumps. That's okay because we've got a whole area in the back. We'll just really quickly put in a water pump. It ain't no thing, right? Right there. There we go. Okay, 12 water, 0 power, 0 food. Nobody to work it. Okay, not a problem. But we will have a recruitment beacon, which is what you need to recruit settlers to your area, and they'll come on their own in their own time. Usually, if you have absolutely nobody there and you put up a radio beacon, at least one person shows up minimally, and you can immediately put them to work, and I'll show you that. So you can kind of see how the fence works here. There are some kind of gaps in the fence, but not enough that you can get through with anything, for that matter. You can shoot through them, but the AI is not good enough to actually do that. If you're feeling very self-conscious, you can use those end walls that I used on building the home over there to actually kind of, I wouldn't say fill it in, I would say more like, it's kind of like taking a piece of wood, putting it over it, and then hammering it against it so that it kind of covers the hole rather than actually plugging the hole. So that's what that does, but I really wouldn't worry about it. Honestly, what I would be doing normally is I'd be putting like these bridge platforms and then putting guns on top, and I would have a whole wired system. And so, but that's, like I said, a later episode. Right now, we're just going to really quickly, because it's up here, there's my chair, we're going to just get rid of that. We're going to put a generator, a small one. We don't need anything other than that, just a small generator right here, okay? And see, it's running already, and you can turn it off and on. So we'll just turn it off real quick because it sounds annoying. Okay. Now, your recruitment beacon, you're probably thinking, where is that? Well, this looks like it, right? You would be correct. Yeah, there's a number of things. Here's your recruitment beacon. You can do a terminal where you can install your computer games, right? You can modify like spotlight and turret parameters and things like that are all connected to the power grid. You just need to connect it to the terminal. That's pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and put one of these here. Just right there. Okay. And you can see that there's a switch here. It's already on. We're going to get out of it.
This won't work without power.
Yes, it won't work without power. That is absolutely correct, but we just want to make sure it's on off first. You then go here, and you can see to attach a wire. It tells me how to do it on the bottom, but when you do it, oops, there we go. There we go. You can see that the wire is connected to the top. You can see that little bit up there. That's what it comes from. You can see on the generator, there's a piece right there. All you have to do is look at the generator. It will automatically attach itself. You can be like looking over here. It's not going to worry. All you have to do is hit the same button again. It will attach it. Okay? And then from here, you turn on your generator. And there's a signal there. Recruitment radio beacon's here. All right, great. So now we've got a recruitment radio beacon. We've got our food set up. We've got our little house set up right there already. We've got bunks down below. So let's go ahead and go down and see what we've got. Now normally somebody should spawn pretty quickly, but nobody's here quite yet. That's not a problem though. You've got all your basic necessities. All you have to do now, quite literally, is wait. And they will show up. The first person who shows up, the first thing they'll do is they will find themselves a job, if they don't come to you for one. If they don't come to you for one, all you have to do is go to them while you're in the settlements user interface like this. You walk up to them, right? Just like this. And you see on the bottom how the command is kind of grayed out. That will be available. You just click command on them. You go to what you want them to do. So like if I wanted them to do all the corn, I would come over here. I would hit A on just one of them, or E or whatever it is else on the keyboard. And they will begin to work on this one. You will see your food start to populate as they start to kind of work on all of them, and they will stay here throughout the workday working on it, and your food will be fine. And you can just do that, and you just assign people to jobs, and the people you don't assign to jobs, it'll look like they're just kind of lollygagging or walking around or sitting at tables if you make those. But really, they're actually picking up extra materials for you to work with, which is very cool. So honestly, settlements they're really not that hard, you know? I mean, they're very easy to do and it's kind of fun. So I love it. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the Fallout 4 game, if not my favorite part. I've got multiple settlements that are really just kind of crazy. I mean, you should see the castle. Like, I turned a ruin into an actual fortress again. So, you know, there's that. I might do a spotlight on it, but I don't know. The hubris and kind of doing a spotlight on your own stuff, you know what I mean? So, okay. Well, that's it. You know, if you enjoy the video or found it helpful, like or comment below. And if you'd like to see more Fallout 4 content or other games content, guides, things like that, you know, please subscribe. And you know what? Thank you for watching. This is xHamr, signing off.